Hey everybody, we're in Roaring Gap, North Carolina on Lyons Road, and we're actually going to meet Sharon Roseman, broker with Big Six Properties, United Country Big Six Properties, and she's going to show us a property that we're going to auction off. The auction ends on November 12th. You can get all the information at ncauctionpro.com. So we're going to go down here, check the property out. It's got a couple of cabins, a trout stream. It's on 5 acres, and it's got, from what she says, it's got a really cool way into it. I think the property is surrounded by state land parks, so she's going to explain all that when we get down there. But for the meantime, we just wanted to kind of get a recording of the entrance down to the property. So Drew's going to jump in the back of the truck, and I'm going to drive you down through there. So you ready, Drew?
Ready.
All right, let's go. All right, so we made it down to the property. We're at 905 Lyons Road. That's Roaring Gap, North Carolina. So I'm here with Sharon Roseman, owner and broker of United Country Big Six Properties. And again, I'm Matt Gallimore. I'm an auctioneer with United Country. And we're down here meeting with the property owner, and they're going to give us a blue ribbon tour of the property just so everybody can get an idea of everything. We've got and I'll let you expand on this in just a second, but we've got some trout waters here, and then we also have land that is owned by the state.
Right, so you are just on the shadows of Stone Mountain State Park that's here in Allegheny County, North Carolina, and the water that flows through here is Big Sandy Creek. So if anybody's ever been to Stone Mountain, if not, take a trip. It's a really good state park here in North Carolina, and Big Sandy Creek is actually the water that flows through the park.
Yes.
We're just up kind of almost at the headwaters. According to the map, it looks like Big Sandy Creek kind of starts out as a spring in the mountains and gradually builds, and we're upstream from the waters that flow through Stone Mountain State Park.
All right.
So state of North Carolina has bought a lot of this land.
Yes.
I know your dad had this as a family camp.
Yeah, he had bought this piece, and previously we had fishing ponds here, and he had there's a cabin built. We'll get to that, and there was another cabin built. He built both of those. But yeah, he bought this, I believe, in around 2007. So we owned it for about 15 years, a little more.
And
maybe.
It was just a family gathering place.
Yes.
This was not like a...
We had birthday parties up here. And,
yeah.
And would fish and eat and everything.
So in summary, you have about 4.5 acres.
Yes.
You have a double wide at the top of the hill.
Yes.
And then you've got a cabin, and then another cabin, and then the trout stream, and then the ponds.
Right.
So, all right. Well, let's... take over.
You want me to start right here at the property line?
I do. Let's start right here.
So right over here is the property line. So somewhere right along this drive, there's a stop right to the side, and the creek kind of corrected. At one point, this is now owned by the state of North Carolina. And at one point, that creek actually flowed, Big Sandy Creek flowed under the water and came out in this pipe, and there was a series of 3 trout ponds that, again, were just used for the family, birthday parties, grandkids, those kinds of things. And so at this point, when the state took over that land, they redirected those waters, and you've got Big Sandy Creek that comes across. And this property, Matt, it goes all along Lyons Road. So where you came in on Lyons Road is the frontage for pretty much all the property. And this is the Big Sandy Creek, and it is North Carolina Heritage Rainbow Trout Waters.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And so this was trout pond number 1. And
Yes.
Williams, you said your dad said it never really did real well.
Well, there was a lot of times having to go in and kind of dig it out a little bit more. As you can see, it was never really that deep. The second one's much deeper, but this one was kind of more of a water would come into this one, and then it would flow through the pipes into the second one. and that's where most of the fishing would take place.
So this was your best fishing pond back in the day.
Yeah, we could
So
go kind of all the way around, and we even had like a little raft, so you could go out there and like float around with like oars and stuff. But mostly it was for fishing, yeah.
And for fishing for fun, had the little porta potty here, so
Yes.
you had a place to go here at
Yes.
the camp. And so whether or not somebody can open this trout pond back up, you know, I can't represent. We're just showing
not
what
really.
was, and you can see how the setup was. It drained from or fed from the inlet from one pond and then outlet back into the creek and across and around. And you own the property up here behind it as well, correct?
Yes,
that's where the double wide is up there on the hill.
Yes.
And it's got power and a well.
Yes.
And
Septic, yes.
and
And you said it had high-speed internet at one time?
They had the previous people had DSL.
Okay.
hookup,
Yeah. So we think that DSL is still available. So
Okay.
you've got road frontage and creek frontage all along the front of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I love your little footbridge. Did your dad build that?
No, it was already here. The person who had built the ponds.
Had that there. I could just see a place to
Yeah.
sit and listen to the water.
Yep.
That'd be my spot right there. All right, and I love how it goes back through the rhododendrons. I saw some cool persimmon trees up at the start. How to bring the deer in.
Yeah. Oh, they're definitely here.
All right, so this was pond 3?
Yes.
All right. I see your intake right here. Had a picnic table and...
Yeah. At one point we had like a bench swing in between these two trees.
Oh, that'd be fun. Good place for a hammock right there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the creek's going back in behind there too, isn't it?
Yep, the creek kind of flows. At this point, this is Big Sandy, and now when you're driving in, the creek actually flows across Lyons Road right here.
Okay.
Well, this is cool. Some beautiful trees. Got power already installed on the property. That must be the line going up to the double wide.
Yes.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
It's the only thing up there.
All right, so I love this right here. Tell me more about this. So here was pond number 3 that you had.
When we got it, the ponds were already there, but Dad put the water wheel in. So it did just kind of feed out and dump and then run on through, but then Dad wanted a water wheel there. So when it was all going,
So when it was all going, you had water over here, and then the water came across and turned the water wheel. Did he use that for power production or just fun?
No, just for fun, just because he liked the look of it. So
yeah, it's a great little photo backdrop.
Yeah.
You know, great place to take pictures. Well, this is just the perfect little camping, glamping site right here. So if
that cabin, does it have electricity?
it does.
This one
It does.
yeah.
Okay.
So if someone wanted to stay here, they just come up and could pull off and park right here in front of the house, and then got a cool little bridge over the creek.
Mm-hmm.
Little footbridge down there too. This is cool. You just hang out.
And
Had a light there at one
yeah,
point.
we had a fan there at one point.
Got the power already run to that.
Yeah, I actually left the lights on, I guess.
Hammock in the trees. And then this is the same Big Sandy Creek coming right up by the house. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Great place to play. Now, I see the steps going upstairs separately. Did you ever use it as two? I know you can get access inside, but I guess they had where somebody could stay upstairs separately?
Yeah,
or?
what would usually happen is like we would camp up here sometimes for people's birthdays, so like my cousins and stuff, and so it'd be like some people would be downstairs, someone could stay upstairs, and then some of us would stay down at the other one, which doesn't have power directly, but it does have a hookup. It has lights installed, but this one actually does have power ran to it all the time.
And I do want to point out that, you know, we're not going to go in any of the buildings today. We're going to have interior pictures and then a 3D scan, and then we'll have exact dimensions. We're going to measure stuff out and have floor plans and everything in the bidder pack that you can find online at ncauctionpro.com. And of course, you can get a private tour of the property by calling Sharon. And,
call me directly anytime, 828-320-4726. I'll meet you up here, give you a little tour around,
And there's going to be a lot of information on the website, folks. So
Absolutely.
Just, well, you want to go look at the other one?
Yeah, let's go look at the other one. This is beautiful. I'm just loving the fact that I hear nothing but this water.
Yes, yes.
I mean,
yeah, Dad loved that too.
I think my blood pressure's dropped about 20 points since I've been
here. It's very peaceful here.
So you were telling me this little cabin used to be where a park ranger stayed?
Yes, yes. So,
that's owned by the state of North Carolina too?
Yes.
And so this is the dividing line between...
Yes.
Now, this is not part of the public Stone Mountain State Park.
No, no.
It's just state-owned
yes.
land. And there was a park ranger that lived there, and now they live up the road.
Yes.
And then all to the left here.
Yes, and going up that hill is toward the double wide.
Did you ever do any hunting up here?
Some of our friends did.
Some of our friends did?
Yeah, and they've seen some pretty big ones up here because, yeah, we have some pictures of that.
Got those Allegheny County bucks up here, huh?
Yes, we do.
All right. I love the swing.
Oh, yeah, another one. The one that was down there was similar to that.
It looks like that's a metal, got a metal girder right there that's fastened in. That's a peaceful place to watch, and a little clearing right here. Plenty of room to kick a little soccer ball or whatever.
Yeah. And then we have this little blue building here, just a storage building that the people before had.
Just to store your items, but this building across here, now that's
the state, yes.
That's the state of North Carolina's.
Yes.
And there's, I guess that's the cabin.
Yes.
Yep, right around the corner here.
Yeah.
And we're still on Lyons Road.
Haven't seen one car besides yours.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We're the only people on the road.
Yeah.
You definitely, you know, we want to have appointments when we come up here because it is a one-lane road. So you definitely, you know, you wouldn't want to come up here and have somebody else here. So you want to make sure you book your private show,
right?
So that we know you're the only one around. That is cute as it can be. I love that little Appalachian Z on the front door.
Yeah.
Green metal roof.
Nice. There's like a little picnic area there behind it. It's like a picnic table, and that's pretty much it. But it's kind of like another little.
So how do you get across the water into that?
So at one point we've had a little footbridge over there. At one point there is a driveway that comes across here. Don't really know all the details on that.
Because it looks like this is another property here, this 1069.
Yes, and the way the line cuts is very
close to whether it's on the line or not.
Because this...
oh, we got an airplane interrupting our silence.
Yeah, that's right.
Somebody called the FCC. This has got to stop, right? So for right now, let's just assume that to get access to this, we would have to restore that footbridge.
Right, but it wouldn't take very much. I mean, it is just...
It's just right
there. I walked across it the other day just to see, like, if I have to go this way, is it difficult? And it's not. It's like 2 steps across. And
well, because somebody got in there with the lawnmower, right?
Well,
so
yes, we
used the driveway.
Yes, the previous owner of that and the ones down there were friends. They built that building. There was also always the thing of, like, that lean-to may be questionable, that the lean-to might be on us. So it was always kind of both people use the driveway, they use the building, everybody just kind of let it go with that. Now, what actually exists for that, unsure.
Well, we're running the title search, and we'll pull the maps and we'll get on that. But I love you got rhododendron on either side of the house, the woods up behind it, creek flowing in front of it, and other than the occasional obnoxious airplane, we're pretty peaceful.
Yes.
Right here, big tall trees.
Yeah. Out here by yourself.
Out here by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Definite. And just one neighbor left at the end of the road.
Yes,
and then everything else is state lands all the way around.
Yeah. So maybe let's talk about the double wide a little bit. Of course, we're going to go up there and get pictures. But is it? You know how many bedrooms?
It has 3.
3 bedrooms, and does it have 1 or 2 baths? 2. Or 2 baths?
Yep, the master has its own, and then there's another one.
Okay, and again, we'll have pictures of the interior of the double wide. We'll have 3D images. We'll have a floor plan. So
title search.
Yeah.
Property maps.
So again, the auction ends on November 12th. You can get all the information at ncauctionpro.com. auctionpro.com. Again, I'm Matt Gallimore. I'm an auctioneer with United Country. I'm working with Sharon Roseman with United Country Big Six Properties. And let's give them your phone number one more
You
time.
can call me anytime. My name's Sharon Roseman, 828-320-4726. I'll be glad to bring you up here to the camp and show you around.
All right. Again, that's ncauctionpro.com. ncauctionpro.com. Thank you.